Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tour review, or at least a first impression type review, is going to be on the Atlas 46 1824 vest. They've recently come out with several vests like this. This is the 1824 version. They also have an 1819, an 1837, and an 1888. They're pretty close in price, every single one of them. Basically, the only difference is going to be that some of them have a different amount of pockets. Some of them have more mesh than others in case you work in a hot environment. I ended up going with the 1824 because of the mesh. This one has more mesh on the front, also quite a bit on the back. So I bought it so that it could breathe a little bit, and because I just felt like if I work in a hot environment, whether it's in the home or outside, I can always put on clothes and make it work, because I'm going to use this as my daily vest, basically. This is going to be my uniform, and that's why I ended up buying it. Previously, I have owned, and I still own, the Atlas 46 Saratoga vest. I've got a video kind of talking about it a little bit, not a full review or anything. I like to use this vest in particular in big jobs. So like if I'm framing, I'm hanging drywall, building something outside, whatever it might be, where I need a lot of tools, because this one has way more attachment points, all sorts of things like that. Makes this one extremely useful. But the one thing that I don't like about this is the length of the vest. You can see here that this 1824 vest comes down way past my belt even. My belt is up in here. I just think that this looks better for a uniform versus this Atlas 46 Saratoga vest. Without that belt on there, if I wore just the vest, it almost looks like a belly shirt. So I've always felt like it looks a little bit weird without the vest. So that makes this one a little bit more cumbersome to wear inside of someone's home or something like that. And it's not something that I'd want to wear all day long. So that's why I bought this vest. I bought it as a daily, driver, basically. Something I'm going to put on every single time I get out of my truck, that I'm working in somebody's house, whether it's a service call or whatever it might be. I felt like this was going to be the best fit for me. Now, is this expensive? Same as everything else Atlas 46. This is going to run you $250, which seems to me pretty crazy for the amount of pockets and the things that you have. Of course, it is made in the USA, has a lifetime warranty. It's made out of 1000D. I think it's air jet textured nylon. I don't know what that means.
What a crazy word, man. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
But again, they basically hand make these, so there's a little bit of quality involved in the materials, also some craftsmanship involved, so that's why that price tag gets up there. So I'm going to go over the features of this vest, talk about what you actually have on the vest. I'm also going to load it up with some tools just to show you maybe some applications and where it might work for you. But at the end, I'm also going to share one thing that might keep you from actually ordering this vest. That would just be a decision that you'd have to make after I tell you what that is. But let's go ahead and jump into the features of this vest. So in starting out with the features of the vest, again, the main reason why you would buy the 1824 is all this mesh. The whole entire back of this vest is made out of this mesh, along with quite a bit on the front. And again, some of the other versions have more of just this material, 100%, different options. I bought this one because I felt like I can always wear more clothes under it. But then that way, if I am working in a hot environment, I can wear a t-shirt under it or whatever it might be. So that is the main reason behind, again, the 1824. These aren't size adjustable like my Saratoga vest. You have to buy a certain size. They come in small, medium, large, and extra large. I am a 6 foot tall person. I typically weigh somewhere between 190 and 210 pounds of solid muscle.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
So it just depends on how big you are. I ended up buying a large, and it's actually a little bit big on me. I was more worried about that than anything. I was between whether or not I needed to order the large or extra large, but I was glad that I bought the large. And you can see as I put it on, you have plenty of room as far as it's got a double zipper here. I can zip this on, and again, if you wanted it more tight to your body, you could also go a size down. I'm pretty pleased with mine because, again, I can, in the winter time, still put more clothes on underneath of this if I want to, and still have plenty of room. So this one only has 6 pockets and then 6 pen and pencil slots. The 6 pockets are right here. You have 2 cargo pockets that open up. You can tuck this flap down inside of there so that you can always have access to that. So again, you've got 2 of those. That's 2 pockets. You've also got 2 big pockets right here, kind of like any other hoodie type style jacket pockets. And then you've also got 2 more pockets up here that are zippers that are inside of this mesh area. So 2 of those that basically fill up this spot right here. So those are your 6 pockets, and then you've got 3 pencil slots and pen slots on each side, totaling of 6. So 12 total pockets altogether. That's what you get on this one. Again, some of the other vests, they've got internal pockets in here, also a pocket in the back. Just depends on what you're looking for, which vest might be the best for you on as far as how many pockets that you need. And again, that's pretty much all the features, and you're probably saying to yourself now, $250 seems a little bit excessive for 12 total pockets, even especially since half of them are just pens and pencils. But why would I spend that much money on this? But again, you got to think of it as I'm going to use this as my daily vest. I'm going to get out of my truck every single day. I'm going to slap this thing on. It's going to have all my pens and pencils already in it. Maybe some EDC tools, whatever I end up using for that. I don't even have to think about it whenever I get out of my truck. I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to throw it on. So it's almost like a pouch, a vest, a shirt, all those things in one. You also have 2 hook and loop patches right here as far as attachment points. So, you know, I'm going to take this Morgan's maintenance patch here. Didn't cost me very much. I'm going to slap this on here. So now I have my uniform basically. I could go and order me a bunch of shirts like this, which I'll still wear shirts like this when I go to estimate jobs and things like that. Have my logo on it, but whenever I buy shirts with my logo on it to work in, they just don't last very long because of the type of work that we do. I'm going to get them ripped. I'm going to get them stained. All those things that go along with that. So now I've got myself, even though it's $250, I'm not going to be buying any more shirts, paying to have logos put on them. I just easily add this patch on. I have my company name on here. And then I also got another spot. So if I want to add some more
Flair.
Really? I have 15 pieces on.
Well, okay, 15 is the minimum.
If I want to add some more flair, like the I'm here because you're broke something, I could add that onto this side as well. Add 2 spots. Maybe you've got 2 company names. Maybe you want to put your name on one and your company on another. Just a couple options with that. So that's one thing that I really liked about this vest. Again, I'm making it my daily vest. That's why I don't mind spending that $250. But what all can you fit in this thing? I've got lots of stuff laid out here on my table. And again, this isn't how I'm going to load this. I'm going to just basically be bare minimum on it. Load a few things in it as I go for whatever the job is. But I want the main things on here that I'm going to use every single day. So again, you're going to have the Holta Force pencil. That's my favorite pencil. That's going to go in one of these pencil slots. And then I'm also going to carry my Pentel graph gear, my 9.9 millimeter lead or 0.9 lead. I'm not sure if it's millimeter or not. I'm going to put that in there. Those are 2 things that I have to get out of my truck all the time and either put it in my back pouch, my tool bag, my pocket, whatever it is. I'm also going to carry a Sharpie, Inkzall, whichever one of those you prefer. You can put that in there. And then I'm also going to always probably carry a non-contact voltage tester because I just run into that stuff too much that I need to carry one of those. Again, 4 things, 4 slot, and just 3 slots right there. Another thing that I'm going to always carry is a flashlight. Here's that Warson that I just had in a tool haul video not too long ago. I know many of you picked that up. It fits in here perfectly. I mean, it's like it's meant to be. It's the exact width and everything. So again, I can use this as my flashlight. I can also take it, flip it out here to the outside, and turn on the outside light while I'm walking if I want to light out in front of me. So I can do that as well. So I think that this is going to be a good fit. I could also still do the same thing with my Olight Art Flex if I wanted to. So a flashlight, that's something I'm going to carry. Again, all these things can just stay in this vest now. Get out of my truck and put them on. I did notice these are probably something that I'm going to put in here. I've got the Knipix 150 Cobras. Those fit inside of these pencil pockets fairly easy. So I can just slide them down in there, slide them in and out. And then also a 150 pliers wrench. So again, these things are the things that I'm going to leave in this vest all the time. I get out of my truck, I go into somebody's home to look at something. I can possibly just fix it with what I've got in my hand. And again, maybe I'm going to even need a little bit more tools. Maybe I need another screwdriver. Lots of options to add a screwdriver into the mix if I want to. I can just throw some tools down inside of this pocket if I want. This Riley knife and tool sheath right here for my 11-in-1. I can also take and put that on this other loop right here. Instead of having something snap that in, I could leave that screwdriver right there, get that in and out, and have an 11-in-1 screwdriver on me all the time. If I wanted to leave it this way, I could also take and clip it on this loop if I wanted to. So lots of options with that. Again, maybe I want to carry a Vera or Vera Tool Check Plus. I could put that in here. Again, I could even leave this tucked down in there while I'm working, so I can just pull that in and out. There's actually another pocket down in here as well on the back side of that, so you can even have a few things in there. So to me, you've really got 8 pockets, even though they claim to have 6. So there's even an extra pocket right there that you could put a Wear Tool Check Plus in. Also, to give you an idea of the size of these pockets, this is the Holstery Joey Pro, not the big Joey, but the regular. It's exactly the size of these canvas pockets. So just to give you an idea, if you own one of those, that's how much space you're getting inside of these pockets right here. But I could also take this pouch, come over here to this loop, snap that on if I want to. Maybe I need a little bit more room, more pockets, don't have enough, can slide that there. Tape measure, I've got mine with the Noster clip. I could clip that on all sorts of places within this vest, put it back here, leave it on there if I want to. Fluke meter, so maybe I go in someone's house, I got to go back out to my truck to get a meter because I find out that it's an electrical issue. What am I going to do with this? Do I just set it down somewhere? Again, I've got a pocket now that I can either put this in here, I could also tuck it back in behind this back here if I want to, and put it in and out of there. So meter, something that you could add in one of these pockets. MPX, so if I want to carry a few more tools with me, again, I can either slide that on that pocket right there on that. I can put it on this hook right here. Also the MP2X, it will do the same exact thing. So those still hang at a good position too. I really like, again, I like the length of this vest more than anything. That's why I didn't buy a Diamondback. That's why I'm not wearing that one all the time as a daily vest. I just like the look of the length of this. I also like where it puts my tools. This is about the right height for any kind of a pouch. So again, you can put pouches on them. You can put whatever you want to. I've got the Noster here on my Surge. So if I wanted to click my Surge on with the Noster, I could clip it on right there. That's a good place to have it. Or again, I could take it and put it back here on this hook or on this webbing right here. Hook it there. I could also use the Spider tool holster clip. Slide that onto this if I want to, because this feels like it's a pretty stout pocket in my opinion. And again, take that drill pin, slap that in there. Also M12 brad nailer, just picked that up recently. I could either clip that onto that pocket, or again, I could take off this holstery pouch if I'm not using that, click it onto that web. I feel like the weight is distributed very well in this vest. I don't feel like it's pulling on me a whole awful lot, even though with my Atlas Saratoga vest, I bought these shoulder pads. I'm not feeling a lot of stress right here. And here is one of the really nice features of this vest too, is also this double zipper. You'll notice I've got a zipper here, also one up here. So right now with all these on, if I was to have to work in someone's home and bend over quite a bit, you're going to see all this stuff starts bunching up and all those things. You can easily unzip this all the way up to there, and that opens this up. So now whenever I go down, it kind of flexes out instead of all that stuff bunching up. And then as I stand up, I can zip it back. I think that was a pretty good feature that they thought about whenever they made this zipper. Again, the options are kind of endless, even though it is on the low side of the amount of pockets that you have. You can see that you can kind of work around with it and just add all sorts of things to it in certain places. Again, I don't even hardly have anything inside of this pocket right now. I still have a whole nother pocket behind here. I've got these two pockets along with these two pockets here where you could put your phone, your wallet, or whatever else it is that you want to use. But even with all the functionality of it, the amount of tools you can fit in it, I love the length of it. I love the fact that I'm going to wear it as a uniform, so it's going to save me some money on those kinds of things. Still, that $250 is a high price tag in my opinion. Even though I'm pretty excited about it, it's exactly what I was wanting. It's exactly what I was looking for. But there is one thing that you need to take note of before you even think about ordering this thing, and that is the length of time that it might take you to get it. So I ordered mine on February the 3rd of this year. So I thought it was going to be maybe 30 days, 30 to 90 days is what they told me in one email later whenever I asked them. I ended up not having this shipped to me until July 1st. So instead of 1 to 3 months, it ended up taking 5 months in order for them to ship this to me. So I think that, that amount of time, that just seems a little bit excessive to me. I don't see where many people are going to be okay with, I'm going to order something that I want to use in my work, and it's going to take me, 5 months to be able to get this thing. And I realize that they 100% hand make these things.
If you'd stop yapping your trap for a second, I could tell you. The price is $200 per quilt. Yeah, well, this is handmade quality we're talking here.
all those things, and that's why I was okay with it. I kept emailing them and asking them just to make sure that I was still on the list. I never got, frustrated with them in the way that I'd said it's unacceptable or anything like that. But I just still feel like 5 months is a little bit too long, so just take that in consideration. You may want to email them before you order it and say, what is the lead time or the ship time? If I was to order one today, maybe they'll give you that answer. And the one thing that's kind of disappointing to me about Atlas 46 and their service is never once did they ever reach out with me and say, we expected to ship this during that time, but it's running a little bit behind. Give me any sort of reasoning behind that. The only time I had contact with them is if I emailed them directly and said, hey, I'm just double checking. I ordered this February 3rd. I haven't heard anything. I'm just making sure that I'm still on the list to get one of those vests. And they would always reply back pretty quickly and say, it's still in the works. We'll get it to you as soon as we can. But again, I still feel like 5 months, whenever you're told 30 to 90 days, seems a little bit excessive. But again, I'm just letting you know that ahead of time. If you want one of these by Christmas or something like that, you better go ahead and order you one now and take that in consideration. But let me know in the comments below what you think about the vest. I really like it. Even though it took me that long to get it, I'm pleased to have it. The size fits me well. I was really worried about the size because of how long it took me to get this one. I was like, man, I hope I don't have to send it back to get a bigger size or something like that, because then I might have to wait that much longer again. The length of it, I absolutely love. I really love this zipper aspect to bend over and get back up. But again, I just think it's going to make my day a whole lot easier and getting out of my truck, throwing this thing on, having my name on it, those kinds of things. But let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Or maybe you've looked at those other years of vests, the 1819, 1837, 1888. Again, maybe one of those would work better for you just based upon how many pockets, how much mesh, all those kinds of things. Let me know what you think about in the comment below. Let me also think what you think about the length of time that it took. Let me know that in the comments below as well. But as always, stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.